to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave, Michael Swann.
Peace, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me on here today.
What is Paname? I've never seen.
It's Nike, man. I don't even know, to be
cool.
honest. I just saw it on their website and copped it. I think it's like part of their French collection or something, but
Fire.
appreciate it.
So the lighting in here is pretty nice, but the lighting in your barbershop photos is really nice. When did you get into kind of setting up the lighting for those cool photos?
We the shop I work at currently, Beard and Blade, we
Right.
had a came with a ring light at my station, but it was like very dim, not very not really getting the job done. And then one day it broke, like it's just a cheap little ring light. And so I had one from like way back in the day. I brought it to work.
Yeah.
And I realized like my haircuts look so much better when there's actually like good lighting.
Right.
And,
For sure.
So recently, I just started understanding like taking good photos is important.
For sure. And I think it's similar to kind of like in music. Like you can have a really good artist and a great song, but you know the production, especially nowadays with the high advanced technology and
Like the mixing and mastering.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. If you don't have that production right, it takes off. You know, there's a new standard. Let me just set this camera up a little bit better. If you don't mind moving that mic a little bit more to the center. But yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know you, how'd you get into barber school or being a barber?
It was sort of like a last. You want me to keep talking? Yeah, you good. It was sort of like a last minute decision. It was my senior year, and well, before that, my junior year going into my senior year, like the summertime, I used to wear like my hair real short, like waves, do rags, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And we can curse on here, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, all that kind of shit. And it was my going into my senior year. I'm like, I want to do something different. I'm gonna let my hair grow out, and senior year we're gonna just do something out the blue.
Right.
And so that summer, as I'm letting my hair grow, I'm watching these barber videos, trying to get ideas for like, hairstyles.
Right.
There's one barber, 360 Jeezy, and I'm watching him cut hair. And at first, I'm just watching it just like get ideas.
Right.
But as I'm watching him cut hair, I'm like, this barber stuff, like it looks kind of fun. Like,
Right.
And it's something I could see myself doing because, going into your senior year of high school, you're trying to plan for after graduation. And, I just wasn't a good student. College wasn't financially and realistically an option for me.
And at that point, you're in Cali?
No, I was living in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, gotcha.
Yes. And so I'm just thinking, like, what am I going to do after high school? And then, everyone's telling you to go to college, but in my head, like, I know that's not really for me. And then I thought about it. I could, like, visualize myself in a barbershop, just talking about sports, cutting hair, like, just like traditional barbershop culture.
Right.
And so after that, talked to my mom about it. She was all bored about me going to barber school. And then I just started practicing, man. My best friend, Will, in high school, my basketball teammate, let me cut his hair. And this is when I knew I was real serious about barbering. Because coming up, like, if I wasn't naturally good at something, like, I would just quit.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like if I wasn't like naturally, I was just like, man, F this.
Yeah.
And barbering was the first time in my life, like, because the first haircut I ever did, it was terrible, man. I messed him up bad. Like as any.
But you were still just like.
Yeah, but I was still like, man, that was fun. Like I want to do that for real. Like that was the first time. Like I didn't get discouraged at all.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew in my heart, like, all right, this is something I'm passionate. The first time I felt passionate about something, and
Cool.
ever since then, I enrolled in school. Like as soon as I graduated high school, went straight to barber school.
Right.
And then haven't looked back since.
Fire, man. Yeah, I also fucked up the first guy that I cut. And that was the last guy.
It's tough, man. It's a learning curve, man. It's a huge learning curve.
We had to send him to the actual barber that represented the school at the time, and still does, I think. But like, we had another friend that actually cut hair, and and he had to give him a buzz cut. You know, so bad.
Had to start over.
Yes, had to reset.
Looking to transform your property into something remarkable? Land Refiners is your trusted, locally owned land services company based right here in Baldwin County, Alabama. Whether it's forestry, mulching, land clearing, tree and debris removal, demolition, grading, or even emergency services, Land Refiners has you covered. They work on both residential and commercial properties, bringing efficiency, professionalism, and results that last. Their team is licensed, insured, and proudly serves Baldwin County, Mobile County, and surrounding areas. At Land Refiners, they don't just move dirt, they build lasting relationships by exceeding expectations every time. Call today or visit landrefiners.com to schedule your free consultation. Land Refiners, local, reliable, refined.
Euphoric. Let's change the subject. I can talk about your looks for days.
Take it off your mind. I could do this all the time. I could lay it on the line, and I could drop it on the dime. Let's go.
For 7 years, I've been shedding tattoo tears. Sideliners, urban game on the pop list.
Yeah, blessing on all of my haters, that's just what it is. Yeah, to live.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home. Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof.
So, you know who Druski is?
Yeah.
And he's got a skit where it's like barbers are like celebrities nowadays.
Yeah.
When you saw that, were you like more motivated to like tap into the celebrity role?
Nah, not really, man. To be honest, I think all that shit's kind of corny. Like,
right.
I know some barbers like that, and I think they take themselves a little too seriously. Like,
sure.
I've seen some barbers now put makeup on their clients, like for the Instagram pictures, and then
really,
yes, man, like the contour, whatever the hell you call it, like on the like, yes, like
damn, that's then, like Deflategate.
Yeah, low key, and then like charging $150, $200 for like haircuts, and I don't know. I feel like the celebrity aspect of barbering is getting a little. You got the Barber Awards now, and it's I don't know if it's a little corny, man. Like
true.
Take themselves a little too seriously.
Right. But in a way, it's like Marcus was offering this earlier that when you're nowadays it's more about like you can kind of separate yourself as a barber. Mm-hmm. It's good to represent the barbershop, but also, if you're doing a house call or if you leave that barbershop to maintain your clients, it's like because of the age of social media.
I'm all about marketing, absolutely, but like the celebrity status and like it's hard to explain if you're not in the barber industry, but you just got some dudes on Instagram and then like who just take themselves way too seriously and think that they're, I don't know. But I'm all about marketing yourself, absolutely.
Right.
Because you may leave your shop, who knows what's going to happen. So you need to have your identity, your image, your clientele be able to reach to you. So I'm all about that.
And it's also just kind of fun to develop that image too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. Social media is fun.
Right. How do you broach the subject typically of like taking a picture of the client after the haircut?
Sometimes I ask, but most of the times, like I just try to get in like a quick little picture. I just turn their head a little bit, prop up the ring. Yeah, because like I've had a few people be like, "Nah, I don't want my picture taken." It's like, dog, I just spent 40 minutes on your haircut. Like, I don't want to take no for an answer right now. This shit looks crispy, it looks clean.
Right.
I got the razor on you, like, and you just told me no, like. So sometimes I just turn their head a little bit and like get my phone out and get at an angle where they can't see me, and then all right, man, let's go pay for that haircut.
Yeah, did they check Instagram? Like,
oh yeah, I definitely tag them. A friend of mine, Hillary, she told me about that. She said, like, you always post all your clients, you need to start tagging them.
Right.
I didn't really understand why, but it's if you think about it, if I take a picture of your haircut and I tag you in it, you're more likely to repost that on your story.
Yeah.
And then now your friends see your haircut, like, man, he got fresh. Where'd you go to? And then it leads back to me.
There you go.
As I think part of being like as a barber, you're an entrepreneur, and so you need to figure out for yourself like different ways of marketing to reach out different clientele.
Yeah,
like passing out business cards and just waiting for walk-ins is cool, but you also got to take that initiative, and so using social media. So even though I don't know your friends or the people that follow you, if I take a picture of you, post that, tag you in it, now you're more likely to repost it.
Right.
And You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, and that's the age of social media.
Right.
You know, using that to your advantage. Yeah, no, it is a funny concept though. To kind of look away real quick.
You're right. Just a little quick,
Right.
real quick.
When it comes to passing out business cards,
Mm-hmm.
what's your sales pitch?
Man, see, in the beginning, I was so nervous.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God. Just like fresh out of barber school, you're trying to get clientele. And then just going up to a complete stranger and being
Right.
like trying to sell yourself, especially when you've never done it before.
yeah,
So I'm a little more comfortable with it now. It really depends. If I'm just like, and I haven't done it in a minute, but if I'm just walking through Walmart or the mall or, you know, somebody see someone, I said, hey man,
respectfully.
nah, sometimes, yeah, you want to say that, like, bro, the last dude fucked you up, man. Let me fix that.
Right.
But you know, just you try to think of a little icebreaker, man. Like you asked me about my sweatshirt. If I see someone wearing like a Bama jersey or you know
Right.
whatever type of sports memorabilia, be like, oh man, you catch the game, and just smart little small talk.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there all day because you know if you're out in public, they're running errands, they got something to do. But
Right.
just a little icebreaker because no one wants to be sold anything. No one wants to
Facts.
run up on you and just hand a business card in your face.
Facts,
So
facts.
try to build some type of rapport. What I like to do is if I go to a restaurant and I got a waiter, I'm already spending most of the night with the waiter. He's coming back. He's making small talk with me.
Right.
End of the night, man, he hands me the bill. I hand him my business card. We already have some type of, we've been
Sure.
talking all night. So
Sure.
just whatever feels most natural and comfortable.
Right.
I found out people don't like being sold stuff.
True.
So just try to feel like, you know, just make a rapport, friendship, just
Yeah.
small talk, like I said.
Yeah. Last night, this is off subject, but my friend and I debated on how to spell rapport. Do you know how to spell rapport?
I mean, hell no.
I don't know how to
I know
spell
I'm not
rapport.
even going to embarrass myself like that.
I don't know either, so we're in the same boat.
I can pronounce it. That's all that matters. And I know
yeah.
what it means.
Yeah. It sounds French.
You're right.
Let's see. I had a question. I'm sure it helps with the conversation in the barbershop after if you've already met the person in public and had something to talk about. When you're having conversations as a barber, I imagine sometimes it gets awkward and there are like certain nuances and certain things that in the barbershop that you discuss with the other barbers, like, man, you know, I couldn't stand having a conversation with that person or whatever. Can you elaborate on that subject of like, I guess, honing on the skill of conversations?
That's something I've really been working on lately because I'm naturally more like introverted to myself.
Right.
And my friends would disagree because I act different around them. But like to around people I'm just meeting, I'm like just like real chill, laid back, introverted.
Right.
And then I've realized that it's really holding me back in the barber industry or my career because a haircut is not the most important thing. Or that's not what's going to get a client to come back, really. Because if you think about it, you can get a haircut anywhere.
Right.
What you're really selling yourself plus the haircut.
Yeah.
And so, and I'll use a perfect example. I was working with this barber. I won't say his name, but dude could not cut for shit, man. Bro, dude was ass. Like, literally just picked up the clippers one day, got a license, and then hopped in the shop. And didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Right.
But he was funny. He had good conversation skills.
Right.
And, like, just charming. And this dude was booked out. He's doing, like, 15, 17 cuts a day, making $2,000 a week. But he can't cut for shit. He's fucking people up. But people, really, I swear to God, bro. But people like him and come back to him.
Right.
And my station's right next to him. I'm doing these great fades, but I'm being quiet and shy. I'm not saying anything to you for 30 minutes.
Right.
Who do you think you want to go back to? The guy who made you laugh and had a good conversation with, or the guy who didn't say anything to you for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
And not to cut you off, but to answer your question, so
Yeah.
I started like trying to figure out like what's the best way to like get out of my shell and start. And so I just start with like, you know, what do you do for work, family, hobbies, and then
Right.
sports. And then just I realized like people really like talking about themselves. You just got to find out what they like talking about.
There you
So
go.
maybe some dude doesn't want to talk about his job. He doesn't like his job, but if you want to talk about sports or, you know,
Right.
whatever his hobbies are, he'll just start rambling, and then you let the client do all the work. Next thing you know, the haircut's done. They've done all the talking.
Dude, I really appreciate the way you broke that down, man. Like, it's deeper than just people like talking about themselves.
Yes, it's
you
what
know?
they're passionate about.
Right. In a way, you're like a psychological surgeon.
I never thought about it like that, but yeah, like I'm passionate about barbering. You got me on a podcast talking about it. Like,
Right.
you just gotta find what people passionate about, what they're interested in,
Right.
and then that will get them out their shell completely.
Right. When it comes to damn, I just realized I always say when it comes to the psychology aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like barbers would really excel. You've kind of got a head start, it seems, in recognizing it. But to barbers that don't, like getting a degree or just kind of studying psychology more, you kind of become a therapist as a barber.
Absolutely. You never know who's gonna walk through that door and what they got going on.
Right.
And you got to be able to adapt. And I'll give you a perfect example. If I'm in the shop and I'm cutting this guy, and he's talking about, let's say he had a passing in his family or he just got laid off. I need one thing one of my mentors told me is like, your client is the most important person in the world when he's in your chair. Whoever's in your chair, that's the most important person. So let's say you're in the shop and you're in the chair next to me. My client's talking about he just got laid off or, his dad passed away or something.
Right.
And then you say something to me and I start laughing, ha ha. Then it seems like I'm not taking his shit seriously.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? And so you have to like I said, like you have to recognize, how do I want to put it? Like, your client is the most important person.
Right.
So you need to focus on that. I can't be giggling and shit with you or somebody else.
Right.
I need to be like, oh man, like, I'm
Right.
sorry about your loss or I'm sorry you got fired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
put their emotions a priority.
Right.
And then some clients you can be more laid back with and more, it just, like I said, it just depends. But
Right. Yeah, you can't fade off the client. You got to put the fade on the client. Yeah. What do you think about sometimes in those dead moments where it's a long day and you're just cutting this guy's hair and your brain just starts wandering? Like, do you ever just like forget what you're doing?
Oh no, never.
Really?
At this point, it's like muscle, like haircut wise.
Right.
Oh no, it's muscle memory.
And that's what I mean. Like, you're able to kind of drift away because you've done it so many times that.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like it's kind of like it's so much muscle memory. I can think about other stuff and then come back to it and be like, done with the haircut.
Right.
Swear to God. And so I'm used to it now. If anything, it's more concentration when I'm trying to maintain a conversation and the haircut.
Right.
But if my mind starts drifting, like next thing you know, I'll be like, oh shit, I'm done with the fade.
Yeah. No, it's mastering that multitask is another skill, I bet.
Yeah.
Carrying the conversation while,
I feel like it's tougher for me to talk and cut hair because I really want to focus on what they're saying.
Right.
But I got these loud ass clippers, and then like I'm trying to like pay attention to your haircut and like what you want done, but I also want to focus on what you just said to me. And
you need a license for that.
Right. Elaborate on the conversation.
Right. Rapping or hip hop and barbering, I guess. There's a big cross between those two
Absolutely.
in history. Is that ever? I guess I didn't really have a question for this, but have you seen ways in which the two have intersected as a barber so far?
Absolutely, man. Big like discussions like last year when the Drake and Kendrick beef's going on. People are turning off their clippers and we're debating who's winning, who had the hottest song.
Right.
With like the Diddy stuff going on right now. That's a big topic.
Right.
Like it's how do I want to put it? It's just conversations that everybody has input in, so everyone can join in on the conversation.
Yeah.
No one feels, because everyone knows about the Drake Kendrick beef. Everyone knows about the Diddy thing or whatever's going on. Not just hip hop, but pop culture in general.
Pop culture.
And then it can. I feel like that's one of my favorite things about the barbershop and being a barber is a simple like I'm cutting your hair, me and you talking. Next thing you know, all the other barbers are talking, the other clients are talking.
Right.
And it's just a big group conversation instead of just a one-on-one talk.
For sure, man. And that kind of relays back to your initial ambition for the practice of being a barber, that barbershop camaraderie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. That's cool, man. What are your future plans as a barber?
Right now I'm up for the Nappy Barber of the Year, so I'm really focused on winning that.
And how do you win that?
So you go on like nappies.com, and then it's under I think Beauty and Wellness, and then Best Barber,
Right.
And you click my name,
There you
and then
go.
hit vote, and then voting ends I think June 1st, and they announce the winner sometime in July, so
Right.
about a month away. But I've really been focused on that, just making sure my clients know about it and my family and friends know about it.
Yeah.
And that's really what I'm focused on right now. Long term, though, I would like to have my own shop. That is something I've really been thinking about and taking seriously lately.
What would you call it?
Swann Shop.
There you go.
Always put my last name on everything.
Okay, cool.
Swann Shop. And yeah, I've been because like you always talk about like starting your own business but like there's a lot more into it than just picking a name and a logo. And so I've been thinking about or looking into more of the business side, property leasing, things like that.
Right. Would you stay in Mobile?
Absolutely, man. I got great clientele here, and I don't want to go anywhere.
Gotcha. What's the market like in Mobile, do you think?
What do you mean?
Like, is there an open market spot for it?
Absolutely. For barbering?
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's hardly any barbers in
Really?
Mobile. Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. Cool, man. Damn, yeah. What initially brought you to Mobile?
My mom moved out here a couple years ago, and it's a long story, but she just asked me to come out with her.
Okay.
I'm originally from California, and I was
Right.
living in Nashville, and then she moved out here with her husband at the time. They separated.
Yeah.
But they split in custody with my little siblings. So, she doesn't really have anybody out here. She asked me to come out here and be close with her.
Cool.
So.
And then you just fell in love with it since?
Yeah, at first it was an adjustment.
Sure.
I'm from San Francisco, lived in Nashville for 5 to 6 years, so big cities.
Right.
And coming to Mobile, I was like, it's a little learning curve. It's a little slower than usual, but I've grown to love it a lot.
Dude, I met a guy yesterday actually that he was a Coast Guard, and so he bounced around America, and he said San Francisco was like the best spot for somebody our age.
Oh, absolutely. Well, if you can afford it,
Right.
It's expensive, man.
Right.
Like apartment in the city, like down in the city, is about $4,000 a month for a one bedroom. Swear to God.
God.
Crazy expensive. And if you go out to Oakland, like in a bad neighborhood, it's still $3,000 a month for a one bedroom.
Wouldn't get my haircut for a year.
Right, man. Wouldn't be doing anything for a year, just working, saving
Right.
up. It's pricey, but that's my home, man. I love it.
What makes it so nice?
Right now, I don't know, man. They got a lot of homelessness. They got a lot
Right.
of crime. I don't know what the hell was keeping people there. But
Right.
when I was coming up, man, just the beauty, man. It's so, like, in my opinion, it's the most beautiful place on earth.
Really? Yeah.
In my opinion, I
Sure.
love it out there.
Sure.
And just the amenities, everything out there. But right now, man, they need to get their shit together.
Then you get their act together.
I went out to Frisco last year, man. It's just homeless people everywhere, and it's nasty. You got needles in the street, people feces in the street.
Right.
But that's home. That'll always be my home.
Gotcha, man. Well, yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. What's your favorite type of hairstyle to give?
Man, anything with a fade, man. Anything. Skin fade, drop fade, taper fade.
And why is that?
I think those look the best.
Yeah.
Because one, they're gonna last you the
Aerodynamic.
longest.
Yeah.
And then two, it just pops out more.
Sure.
You can tell someone got a haircut when you got like a nice crisp type
Right.
Skin fade.
For sure. Yeah, dude. I couldn't agree more, man. It's it kind of gives it that the raw feel and like you said, that crisp feel. It's fresh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. Where can people find you at?
Social media wise, at Swann_the_butcher, Swann the Butcher. That's my barber page. DM me to book a appointment, haircut. Beard and Blade is the barbershop I work at.
Yeah.
202 Government Street, right next to Bankhead Tunnel.
Right.
And shit, you can find me anywhere. I'm always outside, always downtown. So
Yeah, man. Now, I wanted to actually talk about that too. The booking scheduling appointment software that you incorporate. When did you start doing that, and has that really made a big difference to your clientele?
but what do you mean by that?
Like the way that you've got like book an appointment through my online.
Oh, absolutely. Just more convenient.
Right.
Just send you the link, and then the website that we use, Squires, you just pick my name and the time you want and the day, and
Exactly.
done. Got you locked in.
Yeah, I respect that type of innovation.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, it makes it more convenient for sure, as opposed to bantering back and forth on
Right.
text.
Having to call the barbershop, and
Right.
then the phone doesn't answer or something. So,
Right.
like going back to social media, just direct to you. So.
Yeah. Are there ever any times when somebody books an appointment and then like they don't show up? And
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Plenty of times.
do you have a penalty fee or?
Oh, hell yeah, you paying the full price. Hell yeah. Shit.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
You just get to sit
Yeah,
down.
you just took a 30 minutes to hour slot. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and you just get to chill during that time.
I'm having lunch. You just pay for my lunch. Thank you.
Fire. Well, awesome, man. I really appreciate you for coming on here. You're the first barber, and And yeah, who do you listen to with music?
Music, like rap wise or in general, or
Let's say first anybody in the Mobile area, and then secondly just like outside, like mainstream.
Mobile area. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know too many. Like I said, I just moved out here 2 years ago.
Facts.
But what's your man who came to Spring Hill? Sleaze. Man, he's tough, man. He's tough. When he was doing what was the concert called?
Spring Hill.
Spring Hillia.
Yeah.
Bro, when he got on stage, man, everyone
Shut it down.
Yes, man. So I've heard a few of his songs. I don't know him like word for word, but he's tough.
Yeah.
But like mainstream wise, rappers, I fuck with a lot of like old school stuff. Nas, Pac,
Right.
Jay-Z.
Right. Instead of 3-6 Jeezy.
Yeah. And then currently, like current artists, I really fuck with Big X the Plug, man. He's tough. He's real tough. That's like my favorite current artist today.
Yeah.
But I like a lot more old school hip hop, 2000s, 90s.
Yeah. I wonder what a Big X song about barbershop would be.
Oh man.
Safe to say on the freshest.
Hey, that's actually, I like that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for the invite.
Pressed to death with the Paname. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Catch Swann the Butcher anywhere, but especially Beard and Blade, and book an appointment as soon as you can.
Come through, man. Get that fresh one.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.